Hey there, welcome back to the Life, Liberty, and Pursuit of Happiness Project podcast. I'm really excited that you're here with us today. My name is Garrett. I am the host as well as the founder of the Life, Liberty, and Pursuit of Happiness Project. It's been a little while, but I want to get back into chatting with y'all. I've been taking some time to do some reflection, some goal setting, things like that, and realized it's been quite a while since I've updated some of that, some of those big goals and some of my personal vision stuff for where I'm going, both with my business and as an individual. And so one thing that I had done previously, a few years ago, was I had listened to a TEDx Rainier talk entitled Draw Your Future. It was given by Patti Dobrowolski. I'm sure I butchered that, Patti Dobrowolski. And she talks about drawing your future. And so she talks about drawing your current state and then drawing your desired new reality. And the idea here, by the way, I will link that TED Talk or TEDx talk in the notes so that you have that, so that you can go and watch that, because she does a much better job of actually explaining it than I will do. It's been quite a while since I've listened to it, but so what she has you do, or what she suggests doing, is starting with your current state, drawing that out, making it as full of negative emotion as possible. Like, really bring out your own pain with it. Like, make it so that when you're looking at your drawing, it makes you sad, it makes you hurt, it makes you really feel the pain and discomfort of where you are. And then draw your desired new reality, which is what makes you happy, where you want to be, where your goals are, or rather where they're going to be taking you. And so I have done that, like I said, a few years ago, and I haven't updated it. So I realized it's past time to do that. So I thought I would share this with you and kind of walk through, as I do this, walk through my old drawing. And then in part two, we'll come back and I will do a new one. So there's both personal and business goals on here. That's okay. I'm pretty open. These are things that I am totally okay sharing with you. So let's go ahead and get started. So forgive me, I am working with a webcam basically that I am holding. I don't have anything fancy for doing like overhead camera shots of what's on my physical desktop. Some people do. I don't have that yet, maybe someday. So I'm just holding the webcam. So this is my current state, and I'm just going to start at the bottom here and work my way up. So the first thing on here, sorry, let me try and hold that steady. Okay, so first thing on here, we have a bunch of cars. These are all vans, and we have me, very unhappy, sitting at my desk next to a stop sign. So in my former employment, I worked for a company, great company, provided services for people with mental and developmental intellectual disabilities, and worked there for years. I love the work that they do. They do great work, fabulous company. I just had gotten to the point where I felt like I was kind of at a dead end. My career was at a stop, I felt, and I wanted my work there to stop unless I was able to change, make some big changes with what I was doing. I was in the HR department. and loved it. I love human resources. I love getting to interview people, meet new people, interview them, make calls to let them know that they're being hired, and training. I did background checks and a lot of training, onboarding kind of stuff. Loved doing all of that. What I didn't love was the other part of my job that really was the majority of my job by the time I left. Kind of grew into kind of the full-time part of it, and I just kind of helped out with some of the other things. But what I moved into was employee safety, working with OSHA, emergency planning, and vehicle maintenance. I was the car czar. I was the fleet manager. And don't get me wrong, all great experience. In fact, I use my experience as the emergency preparedness and safety person at that company. That's a lot of what I base my emergency preparedness coaching program on, that I am working on finishing up here, and some of the other ideas I have for some training classes and things like that, all very much based in that. So it's been great for me. Like I said, I just didn't enjoy the day-to-day of working there, but great company, loved them. Would totally recommend other people going there if they're looking for a job. So anyway, so here's this line of vans, symbolizing our fleet. Me behind my desk, unhappy look on my face, stop, wanting my job to stop, wanting feeling like I was a dead end. So that's kind of the employment part of it. Over here, this is a very bad drawing of Jabba the Hutt. Now, I am a heavyweight guy. I have been my whole life, whether you want to call it big boned or whatever. At this point, I'm definitely bigger than big boned. Let's be realistic. But there are times where I just feel not very good, not very healthy, and frankly, like a big old giant slug. And so that's what Jabba here symbolizes for me. Is just feeling like a giant slug, not being happy with myself physically. Over here, we have a heart that is both bleeding and crying, symbolizing a lot of just emotional, I don't want to say emotional challenges or anything, but just, I struggle with depression at times. And there's a lot of things in life that have not worked out the way I wanted or expected. And there's just been some challenges. This represents here me and my daughter, and family, and just feeling cramps, living with family, and wanting to escape. Love my daughter, love my family, don't get me wrong, but not always happiest with the living situation, and had always intended and thought I would have a bigger family than just me and my daughter. Love her to death, but always thought there would just be more than her. So that, in that sense, that's a less happy thing. Over here, we have Gur, Arg, Grumble, Bumble, or something like that. Just feeling grumbly and not happy with things overall, just kind of being in a bad mood and just cranky. moving up here, here's my to-do list, all these things I need to do, so big that it's coming right off the page. Like it's just such an expansive list and overwhelming. It just sucks. This here, I don't remember what this is supposed to be. The only thing I can guess maybe is that maybe this is my daughter, this is me laying on the couch or in bed, sleeping, and not being able to spend as much time with my daughter as I would want because I'm busy and have other things going on. Last couple of things here, we have magnifying glass looking at a quarter. Financial struggles, feeling like you're having to search for every bit of money you can find to pay the bills and meet needs and things like that. And then up here, last thing on the current state or previous state at this point was this says punch in, punch out, go to work and go back home. And that's a line from, I'm sorry about that, a song called Punch In and Punch Out, or excuse me, Punch In and Out by 7 Mary 3. And decent band, not my favorite by any means, but they, for some reason, that song has just stuck with me. It's just the happiness of it and desire for change and that kind of thing, and that resonates with me. So that was my current state a few years ago. And I'm happy to say a lot of these things I have accomplished. I'm going to move over to the other side here. So come with me. And okay, so this is the desired new reality side. Hedgehogs here, or the wrapping paper. This is, well, actually, it is kind of my desire, part of my desired new reality. His hedgies are super cute. I love hedgehogs. I don't have one yet. I hope I will someday. But they're just super cute. I love the hedgehog wrapping paper and hedgehog memes and pictures and stuff. Totally cute. Totally brighten my day. But I'm using this right now to cover up something because we'll look at that in a couple minutes. So moving up here. So starting off with Crayola. Really random, I know, Crayola. I like to color. It's a very simple thing, but for me, it's cathartic, it's relaxing. It's just something where I can just, it's therapeutic. It's something I enjoy doing. I don't do like big, super fancy coloring books like the mandalas and stuff like that. Give me like a 7-year-old's like Star Wars coloring book where it's got like Darth Vader on a page and Kylo Ren on a page and whatever, and a couple stormtroopers on another page. I'm good. That's all I need. I am not the most artistic person, as you can probably tell from my drawings here. Sorry, I keep moving. I do not mean to. Visual arts have never been my thing, and that's okay. I'm sure some of you can sympathize. My talents, if you will, are more along the written word and that sort of thing. So writing and well, words in general. I don't mind public speaking, training, those kind of things. Some people do. I don't. So words, I like words. I am much better with words and pictures. And all that's kind of going with the Crayola here. Speaking of words, this here is a book with my name on it. So part of my creativity is I am a writer. I write poetry every once in a while, as well as different kinds of prose, fiction, nonfiction, that sort of thing. My goal is to have more published. A couple years ago, I did publish a book of poetry, but that's what this is. This is being published. So like I said, a couple years ago, I did publish a book of poetry, self-published on Amazon. And so that's one thing that has been done. This here is a very poorly drawn picture of an atom as well as an infinity symbol. And those kind of represent my love of science, physics and cosmology, and just trying to learn and figure out how the universe works. There's different theories about it. And I like reading about them. I like learning, and would love to have a better understanding. And odds are I may have my own theory I come up with it someday that probably will not be right in the end, but that's just part of how my brain works and how I learn, is to think about things and synthesize new things with them, and go from there. So moving over here, this is looks like kind of a scroll that says Life, Liberty, and Pursuit of Happiness Project. So I have the idea for the Life, Liberty, and Pursuit of Happiness Project for several years, and didn't really do a whole lot with it. I think I started the Facebook page back in 2015, or maybe I just started sharing stuff on my personal page, kind of doubling up with the business. But started in like 2015, but didn't really do a whole lot with the business until I left my previous employment at the end of 2019, right before the pandemic. So but yes, this is, I think, like a scroll for being official, getting my business registered and up and running. I have no idea what the hand here represents. This is a green arrow with some dollar signs on it. So that's money, that's income, being in a better situation financially. And then we have a peace sign. Peace is, I'm a peaceful person. I like peace. I try to have my own life be very peaceful, as well as I would love to see more peace in the world. So then we kind of get into family and things. I'm going to lift this up a little bit. There we go. So this is a clada, which I don't know if you're familiar with them. A lot of people aren't. It is a Celtic, if I remember right, Celtic or Gaelic symbol, and it has the heart symbolizing love, hands representing friendship, and a crown representing loyalty. And so that is what traditionally a lot of people have used as wedding rings, engagement rings, that kind of thing. It symbolizes that love, commitment, loyalty, and different aspects of a healthy relationship. We have myself theoretically remarried, having additional kids. This is a church or a temple, getting, having like I said, remarried, having a big house and land where we can be mostly self-sufficient, have some cows. I think these are supposed to be chickens here, these little scribble thingies. And then the sun, being happy. Also the vampire smiley face here, also happiness. Just wanting to be peaceful and happy, and just be kind of a brighter person. And I just like vampires. So when I draw a smiley face, they are usually vampire smiley faces with fangs, maybe a little blood, because that's what vampires drink. And then I can be really literal and silly sometimes. And so normally, as Mr. Sun here shows, smiley faces don't have noses. And it was kind of bothering me that we just ignored the fact that there's no nose there. And so often when I'm drawing my own smiley faces, I will draw an X symbolizing there is no nose on this face. Just kind of my own little quirk. So then we have, moving the hedgies, we have 3 bold steps. So along with the drawings, something Patti recommends in her TEDx talk is to figure out 3 bold steps that you can take to work towards accomplishing your goals and creating your desired new reality. These 3 steps should be bold, where they're really going to make an impact for you, but not too scary. Because if you scare yourself too much with them, then you're not going to get them done. You're going to avoid them or whatever. You're going to self-sabotage, and it's not going to happen. So my 3 bold steps that I identified years ago: self-published, or at least get published, quit my previous employment, and launch the Life, Liberty, and Pursuit of Happiness project. And all those I have done. So like I said, it's been a few years. It's been a hot minute since I put this together. So I realized it's time to update it. So we're going to come over here, and I'm going to feel really good about this. This is actually part of the part that I'm looking forward to the most. I'm going to start crossing these things out, X's, all the things I've done. Let's see. To-do list. Yeah, I still have a big to-do list, so a little bit of an X there. I definitely don't feel the whole punch in, punch out thing like I used to. Family situation, living situation, still not perfect. Financial situation, still not perfect. So I'm going to leave those things here. But they're not overall as painful as they used to be. Still struggle with depression, anxiety, that kind of thing. So, that's fair to not be crossed off. So I've crossed off maybe half of the unhappy stuff, and I'm working on what's there. Over here, 3 bold steps. I have done each of these. I have done all 3 of those. I'm really sorry for the quality of the video here as I'm moving around. Sorry, I'm not more sturdy. I have launched my business. I have self-published. I actually feel in a lot of ways like I am a happier person, and that I am a more peaceful person in my heart. I have been able to focus my life on the concept of love and realize just how important love is. I personally believe love is at the heart of everything. Anything positive that we are doing, any positive attribute, all comes down to having love at the core. Whether it's respect for someone, whether it's charitable giving, or compassion for someone, whether it's wanting to be loyal to your country, or who you're voting for, whatever. I'm just randomly throwing things out there. All those, to me, love is at the root of it. If you don't have love at the heart of it, you're not where you need to be. And I'm not saying I totally am. I still have a long way to go. I am not the person I can be when I am completely in tune with the universe, when I'm self-actualized, whatever terms you want to use. And this kind of stuff, I've honestly kind of just given up on this. If it happens, great. I am not opposed to it happening. I just I don't let it bother me anymore that I'm single. I don't put a ton of my happiness doesn't depend on being with someone. and having a bigger family. So, that's something that maybe I haven't accomplished, but it's something I've made peace with. And so I still in a way have made progress, because it used to be a really bothersome thing for me that I was single, after having been married and divorced. And yeah, so progress there as well. So, am I able to check off everything on here? No. And that's okay. Um, Life is constantly about progressing and working. And some of the stuff might pop up when I redo this here, when we do part 2. And if it's something I've decided is no longer important to me or I have accomplished, then it won't. So this was my drawing of my future several years ago. I will be doing a new one, looking ahead to my next few years. There's no specific timeline on this, as far as how far ahead you're looking or when you want to have your 3 bold steps accomplished. But it's a good way to just kind of set a vision for yourself. So like I said, I've been doing some thinking and pondering and reviewing my goals, my vision, and I just wanted to update this and thought I'd share it with you. So thank you for taking the time to listen and watch this, and thank you for your patience with my trying to talk and point and hold a camera at the same time. Yeah, physical agility, not my thing, but that's okay. We all have things we're good at. And yeah, so I hope you have a great day. Thank you again for joining me, and I will see you next time.